October 14th, 2025 has already passed. That's it. Windows 10 has officially reached its end of life. No more security updates, no more patches, and yes, your system is now vulnerable, but don't panic. In this video, I'll explain everything you need to know about Windows 10's end of life, and more importantly, what your options are. From extended security updates and LTSC conversions to upgrading, I've got you covered. Let's get started. First, let's make it clear, Windows 10's official support ended on October 14th, 2025. That means Microsoft no longer provides security updates, bug fixes, or technical support for Home Pro and Education editions. Your PC might still work fine, but every day that passes, it becomes more vulnerable to new security threats and malware. All right, let's start with the official lifeline from Microsoft. The Windows 10 Extended Security Updates, or ESU program. Think of this as Microsoft tossing you a paid safety net, giving you extra time before you absolutely have to move on from Windows 10. So here's the deal. The ESU program gives you critical and important security updates for Windows 10 version 22 H2 all the way until October 13th, 2026. That means your PC will still get protection against major threats, even though official support has ended. But here's the catch. You must sign in with a Microsoft account to qualify for this. This isn't optional. It's how Microsoft verifies your device and activates the extended updates. If you're still using a local account, yeah, that old school setup where you log in without syncing to Microsoft, you'll need to switch. Now, there are 3 ways to get it. You can get it free by linking your Microsoft account and syncing your PC settings, pay a one-time fee, or redeem it using your Microsoft rewards points, which is a nice bonus if you've been collecting those. So, yeah, this is the simplest and safest route if you just need a little more time. Your system stays protected, everything is official, and there's zero risk of breaking anything. But remember, this is just a temporary fix. It's not a long-term solution. Once October 2026 hits, that safety net disappears. So use this time wisely to plan your next move. If the Enroll button isn't showing, check out the video in the description. It explains how to make it appear. The best long-term option for most users is to simply upgrade to Windows 11. If your PC is compatible, great. Just open Windows Update and you should see the option to upgrade. If it is not showing like mine here, go to the official Microsoft site and download the latest Windows 11.25 H2 ISO. Scroll down to download Windows 11 disk image. After downloading the image, check your PC's compatibility. Open Windows Update and click Check Hardware Requirements. This will take you to Microsoft's page where you can download the PC Health Check app. Once installed, the app will tell you if your device meets the system requirements, which include a compatible CPU, at least 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage, and TPM 2.0 support. As you can see, this PC meets all the requirements. So when your PC meets all the requirements, all you need to do is to mount the ISO you downloaded and run the setup file. You can now install the Windows 11 normally. If you have a slow internet connection or you're on a metered one, you can skip the updates and install them later. But if your PC is unsupported, don't worry. There are ways around it. Let us now look at how you can install on an unsupported PC. All right, here's the thing. Installing Windows 11 on an unsupported PC might seem like a clever workaround, but it's really not a good idea. Microsoft doesn't guarantee updates or security patches for unsupported hardware, meaning your system could miss out on critical fixes. Plus, you might face random crashes, driver issues, or performance drops. So, yeah, it might run, but it might not run right. So to get started, mount the ISO first on the unsupported PC. Take note of the drive letter, and then open a command prompt as administrator. Change to the image drive by entering the letter plus a colon. Just run this command to start the setup. It will bypass all the system requirements and install Windows 11 on your unsupported PC. During the process, it might say it's installing Windows Server. That's actually the trick. It fools the system into thinking a server version is being installed, which doesn't check for Windows 11's strict requirements. Just in case this method fails, there's also a clean and simple workaround. You can use a tool called FlyOOBE. Just in case this method fails, there's also a clean and simple workaround. You can use a tool called FlyOOBE. FlyOOBE is a small tool that lets you bypass Windows 11's hardware checks like TPM, 2.0 secure boot, and CPU restrictions without modifying the ISO or registry manually. It's basically an all-in-one assistant that makes installing Windows 11 on unsupported PCs a breeze. So on Get Windows 11, it will give you options on how to download the Windows 11 ISO. If you already have an ISO, just drop it on the ISO patch box or browse to where the ISO is. Immediately you do that, the bypass is applied automatically. And the setup will begin just like that. It can also help you enroll into the Extended Security Updates or ESU program. FlyOOBE can also be used to debloat Windows 11 once you install it. This can be useful on a system with low memory or an old CPU, for example. It's designed not only to bypass hardware checks, but also to let you remove or disable many unwanted Windows components, AI features, telemetry bits, background services, and so on. Okay, now let's say you want to start completely fresh. Maybe your PC doesn't have any operating system at all, or you just want a clean install of Windows 11 without any leftovers from Windows 10. In this situation, you'll be using a little hero tool called Rufus. And trust me, it makes the process so much easier whether your PC is supported or unsupported. Once Rufus opens, plug in your USB drive in at least 8 gigabytes or larger. Under Device, make sure your USB is selected. Then, under Boot Selection, click the Select button and choose the Windows 11 ISO you just downloaded. Click on Start. You'll see a window pop up asking what you want to do, and you can check boxes to remove the requirements for TPM, Secure Boot, and even Microsoft account sign in. If you want a local setup, just tick what applies to your situation. Most older PCs will need TPM and Secure Boot Bypass. If your PC is supported, just uncheck everything, then click OK. Rufus will create your bootable Windows 11 installer. This usually takes a few minutes, and when it's done, you'll see Ready at the bottom. Now, with the USB plugged into your PC, restart and boot from it. You can usually hit F12, F9, delete or escape during startup. To open the boot menu, select your USB drive and Windows 11 setup will launch. From here, you can do a clean install, delete old partitions if you want to start completely fresh, or install over your old Windows 10 if you're upgrading. All right, let's say your PC is really old, like 2 gigs of RAM, no TPM chip, no secure boot, and it's crawling just trying to open Chrome. Yeah, we've all seen those machines. That's where Tiny 11 comes in. And honestly, this thing is a lifesaver. Tiny 11 is a lightweight, stripped-down version of Windows 11 that's been optimized for low-end hardware. It removes all the bloat, like pre-installed store apps, telemetry, edge extras, and background junk, but keeps all the essentials you actually need. I will not go into details on how to create your own Tiny 11 ISO, but there is a video in the description that goes into detail on how to create one. What if I told you there's a smarter, lightweight, and cheaper way to keep your Windows 10 devices secure without upgrading or paying Microsoft's fees? Well, that's exactly where ZeroPatch.com comes in. ZeroPatch is a micropatching platform developed by a company called ACROS Security. Instead of waiting for massive system updates or paying for Microsoft's extended security updates, ZeroPatch delivers tiny targeted security patches directly to your system almost instantly. Here's the best part. These patches are so small, they're called micropatches, and they install instantly, don't require full system reboots, and don't slow down your PC. You won't even notice them, but they're quietly protecting your Windows 10 system from new vulnerabilities as they're discovered. There's a free tier, which covers a few basic patches, and a pro plan around a few dollars per month that gives you full protection, including patches for the latest Windows vulnerabilities after Microsoft ends support. ZeroPatch says they will provide critical patches for Windows 10 version 22 H2 for 5 additional years, meaning through October 2030. All right, let's be real. If your PC's hardware is getting older, or you're just done with Microsoft's restrictions and telemetry and update chaos, there's a whole other world waiting for you, and it's called Linux. Now, don't worry, Linux in 2025 isn't what it used to be. It's actually super user-friendly, smooth, and feels almost like Windows. In fact, two of the best options for switching today are Zorin OS and Linux Mint, and both are perfect for beginners. Zorin OS, this one's built specifically for people coming from Windows. When you first boot it up, you'll feel right at home. The Start menu, Taskbar, and File Explorer, they look just like Windows, but it runs faster, uses less RAM, and gives you full control of your system. Then there's Linux Mint, another amazing choice. This one's all about simplicity and stability. It has a classic desktop layout, the menu, taskbar, icons, all feel very familiar to Windows users. Linux Mint runs the Cinnamon desktop, which looks modern but stays fast. Even on older hardware, it comes with everything you need right out of the box. Office suite, media player, web browser, and a software store for adding more. And here's the thing, both Zorin OS and Linux Mint are completely free. No license keys, no activation nonsense, and no surprise fees. They're also open source, meaning anyone can inspect the code. So you're not being tracked or locked down like in Windows. You will find all the videos on Linux Mint and Zorin in the video description. So yeah, Windows 10 might be at the end of its life, but your PC definitely isn't. You've got options from ESU to Linux, and now you know exactly what to do next. If you found this video helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what's your plan after Windows 10's end of support? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.